I want to wait for James to come. There he is.
Okay.
Hold on a second. We'll adjust the camera a little bit. Okay, so I think I can just hold this up to the camera on you. But you all have this, right?
Yeah,
You can
I
see
just,
it.
yeah, yes, I got it.
Okay, so the form is divided into quadrants. So each of them have 6 moves in there, and a way to think about the form is that every one of these sections is actually a form too. So it's sort of 4 forms making up one big form. Very often when you're practicing, sometimes it's more helpful just to practice a section or 2 sections than try and do the whole form. So, for instance, if we're working on, as we're going to be next week, we're going to be working on section 3. Then you just focus on section 3, and maybe you do the whole form, only you do it once or twice a day, something like that, until you have everything, and then you can glide into doing the whole thing. Each of the sections has a certain flavor, and it comes, at least in part, from the fact that this is the form that every teacher uses to begin the process of learning Tai Chi. So when you're working on the first section of the form, that's the first Tai Chi you're ever doing. It's going to be slow and thorough because it needs to be slow and thorough. All right? But I like the first section of the form. It has a nice flavor to it, to me. The second section of the form, here, let me back off a little bit. The form is built like a mountain, all right? And I'm going to have to turn it sideways to give you the idea, all right? So the form starts here and goes through. But what it really does is it climbs and then it goes down again. So the second half of the form, sections 3 and 4, to me are a lot easier than the first 2 sections. And that's for 2 reasons. One is by the time you get to the third section, you've already learned the first 2 sections, and you will have learned more about Tai Chi than you know you know. That's always true with everybody. It's a little bit like learning a foreign language. You're not really fluent in it, but you've been studying it for 3-4 months. You will know more than you know you know. Now maybe you can't engage in a fluent conversation yet, but you can pick up more than you might think. All right. So that previous experience really helps you with the third and the fourth section of the form. Even if you're not conscious of it, it's going to help you because they all work on exactly the same principles. Okay, but there's another reason that the third and the fourth section are easier, and that has to do with this mountain. You're climbing this mountain to the end of the second section, and then you're climbing back down again. And a way to look at that is that the last 3 movements in the second section, move 10, 11, and 12, they form kind of a single unit, and it's a unit with a lot of punching. There's not that much punching in the rest of the form, but those 3 moves really go together, and they are by far, in my opinion, they are by far the most difficult forms in the whole form. So we're right in the middle of getting those 3 moves. And when you conquer them, you will have conquered Mount Everest. You will have conquered the peak, right? Now, these moves we've done move 10. We ended up. I was trying to get everything done, but it just wasn't possible. Um, we ended up getting about half of move number 11, um, and we didn't get into move number 12 at all. So we're going to work on move 11 today and tomorrow, and we'll probably do move 12 too, because move 11 is the longest move in the whole form. It's long, it's complex, it's difficult. But move number 12 is the shortest move in the whole form. It just is like boom and it's over, right? So um, 10 is kind of somewhere in between, right? So you've got a medium-sized move, you've got a really long move, and then you got a really short move. But those 3 together are, I think of as the peak of this, the most difficult moves. So let me just demonstrate this. You already know the first one, but I'm going to go ahead and do it again anyway. So the first move is called cover hand punch. All right. That's cover hand punch. Next comes drape body punch. That's the part we got, but I'll do the rest of it. And then the final move is lean with back. This is lean with back now. That's it. So we're about halfway through move 11, and move 12 is a relatively simple one. So any questions about that?
Not yet.
Not yet. Okay.
Well put, Catherine. Too many to articulate.
And then, in my opinion, sections 3 and 4 they have some tricky stuff in them, but they're just not as difficult as the rest of the form. I think
change palms is not easy.
Though there are some things that are a little tricky, for sure. All right. So change palms looks like this. And repulse the monkey. Or as everyone called it in class, the repulsive monkey. It's a repulsive monkey. All right, but let's stick with move number 11 here. Let's review what we did last time really quickly, and then we'll go on to the second half of this move. So after the punch, block down and roll, reverse china, pull silk, forward china, shoulder, throw, coil in, and Buddha's warrior. That's what we got last time. punch, block down and roll, reverse chin-na, pull silk, forward chin-na, shoulder, throw, coil in, and Buddha's warrior. Boom. One more. Punch, block down and roll, reverse chin-na, pull silk, forward chin-na, shoulder, throw, coil in, Buddha's warrior, right? Let me do it a couple of times with my back to you here. Hold on a minute. I can't find my, oh, there it is. Punch, block down and roll, reverse chin-na, pull silk, forward chin-na, shoulder, throw, coil in, Buddha's warrior, step out. Punch, block down and roll, reverse chin-na, pull silk, forward chin-na, shoulder, throw, coil in, and Buddha's warrior. Punch, block down and roll, reverse chin-na, pull silk, forward chin-na, shoulder, throw, coil in, Buddha's warrior, and step out. Okay, any questions about that section?
I'm not getting the weight shift perfect,
Okay, let's go through the weight.
especially on the throw.
Okay. Yeah, what makes the throw work is a weight shift, so you got to get that for sure. All right, I'll do it first facing you. All right, punch. When you punch, your weight is going to go to the left. All right, block down, roll, come back to the right, and then to the left. Pull silk to the right, and then chin-na in a little toward the center. So you should be just to the left of your own center, and now to the right. And all my weight is here. I could just pick that leg up on the right. Now I'm going to shift my weight to the left. All right? And this foot, it's just going to, when I shift my weight to the left, it's going to drag in. Now, how are you shifting your weight? You're shifting it around your back. Boom. Right? Shoulder, right? Now, around your back. Now, all my weight is on the left. Coil in, Buddha's warrior, and step out. Now my weight is on the right. Did that, James, did that get the...
Well, my mind did. We'll see if my body did.
Yeah, I know that one. Getting your weight correct is really critical. It's the one thing you should start with for sure. Let's go through one or two more times. All right. Punch, your weight is to the left. All right. Block down, even more to the left. Roll to the right. Reverse chin-na to the left. Pull silk to the right. And then just to the left of center. And relax. Shoulder. Right. Now all my weight's on the right. And throw, the weight goes to the left. Coil in, Buddha's warrior, and all my weight is on the right again here. All right, weight to the left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right. Weight to the left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right. Weight to the left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right. Better?
Kinda.
Good. Well, just keep working on it. Just remember for the throw what you're actually doing. I've been looking around for a bigger one of these guys, but I can't find one yet. Anyway, right? So I'm gonna hit the top of this with this part of my body, right? But my foot is doing just the opposite. Right? So you have to shift your weight to make that happen. Right? You coil up and then hit. Coil up and hit. Coil up to the right, shift your weight to the left. Right? So your whole body's like a big spiral, like a big spring. Anyway, work on it. Okay, shall we go on to the next part? Yeah, let's go on. Let's go on to the next part. Let me just demonstrate this. It's not the end, but that's the next little section. Okay, so what are you doing? Right. So you've done Buddha's warrior. Now your weight is shifted to the right again, right? And you relax and you do something called lifting the urn. So you can think of a big ceramic piece, right? And you're lifting this urn, right? You're gonna carry this big ceramic piece around. And then just relax down to your waist and box the guy's ears. I'm gonna adjust the camera again. So I'm going to box his ears. I'm going to use the back of my knuckles, and I'm going to come around like this. And he's going to probably stick his hands up, right, to block. But if you come around and you've got a lot of flexibility there. Boom. Now I say box the ears. Well, you might be boxing his ears, but what you probably really are doing is going for his temples. All right. Buddha's warrior. Lift the urn. Relax. Box the ears. And then, boom, double elbow strikes. Lift the urn. Box the ears. Double elbow strikes. All right. Watch my fist. It's spiraling. Buddha's warrior. Step out and I'll wait on the right. Lift the urn. Box the ears. Double elbow strikes. All right. As you're doing the double elbow strikes, you want to bring the right foot in. Now, all my weight's going to be on the left there, but I'm just going to bring my right foot in. So, Buddha's warrior. Lift the urn. Box the ears. Double elbow strikes. And then I'm going to step back out to the right. I'm going to step out to the right and grab my hands right in front of me. It's like I've got a big ball between my arms, right? And I'm going to grab here. So this would be easy to show you if I had somebody to demo with. It's this next move right here is an escape. So somebody's come along and they've grabbed you by both your wrists. The thing to do if you can, when someone grabs you like that, is to bring your wrists together. Because what that does, there's a lot of places in the form where you work to reestablish your own center line. And this is an example. They're not always the same thing, but this is a perfect example, right? Wow, the guy's got hold of you, but boom, you bring your hands. He's got hold of your hands. You bring your hands together, so you're not fighting him per se. All you're doing is bringing your hands together. That reestablishes your center line. And your center line is the strongest position in your body. Now I can move my hands just by moving my body. Now, of course, you can do that when they're out here like this too. But can you feel how relatively weak your wrists feel out here versus how strong your wrists feel when they're in here? Boom, you've got your center. Now watch my fist. This next thing I'm going to show you is probably going to take you a little while to get. And anyway, but I'll just show you. Watch. I'm just going to give you one hand here. Okay, so what are you doing? Because you have reestablished your center line, you are probably in a better position than the guy who's got hold of you. Because if you've got your center line, he doesn't have his center line. All right. So what you're going to do is try to break out of his grip on you, and you're going to do that by when you pull in, he's going to come in, and now you're going to twist your body over his hands. It's going to twist over, and what he's going to have to let go. He's going to have to let go, or he'll turn into a pretzel and fall onto the ground. All right. So because you've got your center line, you sort of have the best leverage in the match at that point, and you sink into your own quad, way down into your quad. And now move and watch this hand. This hand is going to come up over his hands. And that's going to twist him around like this, and he's going to have to let go. Unless he's really, really huge. All right. So let's do this whole little section here. Buddha's warrior, step out, lift the urn, box the ears, double elbow strikes. Step out and grab your hands together, and now circle. All right. Now remember, what's circling is this, your center. The shape of the circle you're making with your arms is about 60 or 70% a shoe circle, or excuse me, a ping circle. And it's about 30 or 40% a shoe circle. So watch, and I'll break these into the two circles. One of them is a shoe circle like this. Just like the grindstone that we do, right? It's just a flat circle. But the other is like this. It's going around and around like this. Now it's actually a little bit of both, right? So it begins as a ping circle and then it turns into a shoe circle. So it's a flat circle that turns into an over, kind of going over. Flat and over. Good, Catherine. Now, you know, Catherine picked up my two knuckles leading. You have to have something that leads, right? So you grab, you sink in, and now it's just like an arrow. It's like an arrow that you're shooting out of your quad here, right? Boom, and these are the arrowheads. So the point of the knuckles is not necessarily to hit the guy. It's really to focus your energy. And then you relax. Watch my shoulder. Relax. Right? It's a shoulder strike. And then here's a new guy here, right? You're going to reach up and you're going to grab him by the collar or something, right? And you're going to shift your weight back, right? It's one-handed, but it's like that. That's Tsai energy, plucking energy. All right? You don't do it with your arms. You do it with your body weight. All right? So, boom. You grab him and you're going to pull your body weight back here. Look what that does to your waist. It means my whole waist is turning just naturally. That means that I have energy coming out the other side. On the right side. Right? So the you might say the defensive or yin part of this on one side and the yang part on the other. They're the same circle. They're just two halves of one circle. Circle. Shift your weight. Turn your waist. Boom. Okay. Let's practice what we've done. This is not the whole thing. There's still another little section, but I think we should wait. We should wait for this for tomorrow, right? It's a little easier section. But let's do the whole thing as we've learned it so far, right? So from the punch, block down and roll, reverse chinna, pull silk, forward chinna, shoulder, throw, coil in, Buddha's warrior and step out, lift the urn, box the ears, double elbow strikes, step out and grab, circle left, left and right shoulder, reach up and grab, and punch the guy. And the punch is usually sort of aimed at the chest, or maybe the jaw. It's not a high punch. It's not a low punch either. It's both. Watch the Dan Chen. I'm going to move up close so my face doesn't even show. Just watch the Dan Chen. All right. Now that snap that you see in the Dan Chen, it's not something you try to do. It's just something that happens. You're simply snapping or throwing your waist the same way you snap a towel. All right? Pop, pop, pop. But this is where your power comes from. I was looking at an article this morning about a Tai Chi player working with an MMA fighter, and he was able to control the MMA fighter, because what you do in Tai Chi is, and this MMA fighter's, this is a big guy, really strong guy. What that guy's got is strength. What he doesn't have is power. Power is the ability to use your strength efficiently. And some people have both. Some people, like Mike Tyson, have both great strength and great power. But this guy, even though he was a really strong guy, he was still at the stage of relying on his strength rather than realizing, okay, strength is great, that's a good foundation, but now I've got to develop power. That's where stuff like this comes in. It's not your big arm muscles that are doing it. It's the weight shift. I'm shifting my weight from right to left, right? Sinking in the quad, right? And snapping the waist. Have you ever seen a new golfer, relatively new young golfer, trying to hit a long ball, and he thinks that the way that you do it is to hit it harder? It's not about hitting it harder, it's about hitting it better. All right? It's about developing the power in your swing, so when you hit it, all the strength actually goes into the ball. All right, one more. Punch, block down and roll, reverse chinna, pull silk, forward chinna, shoulder, throw, coil in, Buddha's warrior, and step out. Lift the urn, box the ears, double elbow strikes and step in, step out, grab, circle, right shoulder again, grab, punch. One more. Punch, block down and roll, reverse chinna, pull silk, forward chinna, shoulder, throw, coil in, Buddha's warrior, step out, lift the urn, box the ears, double elbow strikes and step in, right? And then you pull out. I didn't say this. Once you've done double elbow strikes, your hands should be in at your Dan Chin, right? Then when you step out, right, you pull, and then you come around, grab, circle, shoulder, grab, punch. Boom. All right, let me do a couple with my back too. Punch, lock down and roll, reverse chinna, pull silk, forward chinna, shoulder, throw, coil in, Buddha's warrior and step out, lift the urn, box the ears, double elbow strikes, step out and grab, circle, shoulder, grab, punch. One more. Punch, block down and roll, reverse chinna, pull silk, forward chinna, shoulder, throw, coil in, Buddha's warrior, step out, lift the urn, box the ears, double elbow strikes, pull out and circle, shoulder, grab, punch. Okay, so we'll finish this move tomorrow, and we'll get the next move tomorrow too, because the next move is really short. Any questions?
Is it possible for you to post this one this afternoon?
Yes, I think it will be. It usually takes an hour or so for the recording to get done, and then they notify you that the recording's available. So I usually do those in the evening, but I'll do it this afternoon instead.
Well, it would be a great cocktail hour activity for me.
That sounds good. All right, guys, sounds good. We'll see you tomorrow.